Now, rather than presenting this as a traditional project report, we would like to share the story of the Academy through 4 voices for leaders who have helped shape the vision, the design, the implementation, and the future direction of this initiative. Our first speaker is District Governor Reggie Nolido, Governor of Rotary International District 3830. Governor Reggie will provide the broader context of why AI matters today, the opportunities and challenges it presents, and why Rotary must play an active role in ensuring technological progress becomes a force for inclusion rather than inequality. Following him is President Eddie Galvez, President of the Rotary Club of Makati. President Eddie will share how the Academy was intentionally designed to create lasting impact through the club's Triple E framework, which is to educate, to empower, and employ, transforming AI learning from a simple training program to a developmental journey. Our third speaker is Director Roger Palates, Chairman of the RC Makati AI Academy, founder of the Asian Institute of Digital Transformation. Roger will bring us closer to the heart of the program by sharing the transformational experience shared by the students themselves in their growth in confidence, capability, and belief that they too can participate in the digital economy. And finally, we will hear from President-elect Chris Ferrareza, incoming President of the Rotary Club of Makati. Chris will discuss the future of the Academy and why this model has the potential and to be replicated around the world as a scalable approach to preparing young people for an AI-driven future. Together, these 4 perspectives tell one story, a story of service, innovation, partnership, and hope. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our first speaker, District Governor Reggie Nolido.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation of the Rotary Club of Makati entitled Building Tomorrow's Leaders Through AI Innovation. This is being undertaken through the club's groundbreaking AI Academy, a program that equips underserved young people with the skills, confidence, and opportunities to thrive in the age of artificial intelligence. I am District Governor Reggie Nolido of Rotary District 3830, also a proud member of the Rotary Club of Makati. Whether we like it or not, artificial intelligence is a reality we all must face. Creating competence in and ensuring its proper use is of paramount importance, given the expansiveness of the use of AI in the world today. Perhaps by way of background, it is important to understand the context under which the program was conceptualized and launched. The Philippines is amid an education crisis. It ranks in the bottom tier globally for basic education competency, performing significantly below the Global and Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, averages. In the most recent Program for International Student Assessment, or PISA, evaluations, the country landed in the bottom 10 out of 81 countries with widespread learning deficits. Statistics show that only about 18 out of every 100 students who enter the basic education system in the Philippines ultimately finish college. High attrition rates are a significant issue. Approximately 34% to 39% of students who enroll in higher education drop out before completing their degrees, largely due to financial costs associated with tertiary education. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, around 38% to 40% of employed Filipinos have completed or reached high school, and 34% to 38% are college graduates. Only 12% of the workforce recognize elementary education as their highest attainment. This may give the impression that high school graduates still have a reasonable chance to find gainful employment in the Philippines. It must be noted, however, that while a high school diploma or vocational training can secure entry into the labor market, non-college workers face an underemployment problem. This means that while they have jobs, many are working part-time or are seeking additional working hours to make ends meet. One of the institutions the Rotary Club of Makati has been diligently working with through the years are the Girls Town and Boys Town of the Sisters of Mary, where residents found herein are often orphans or abandoned or abused children, a large majority of whom cannot even begin to dream about going to college for further education. The Sisters of Mary provides them education up to senior high school, but can no longer support them for their further studies. Given this, the club realized that it is imperative that these children be provided the capacity and the capability to be more productive members of the workforce. Thus was born the Rotary Club of Makati's AI Academy. District 3830, where RC Makati belongs, prides itself in being a progressive Rotary district, with various clubs undertaking projects and programs to help our young learners to be more technologically capable. Our clubs have programs like AI learning, developing robotics labs, providing sound studios and new media outlets for the Philippine School for the Blind, anti-computer scam campaigns, developing public service advisories using new media, using scientific tools to develop water filtration systems for desalination, undertaking vetted technology for proper composting of waste, to name a few. One of the programs we are most proud of is the AI Academy of the Rotary Club of Makati. Launched as part of our club's 60th founding anniversary this Rotary year, it has today graduated its first 61 students, with a second batch of 78 students starting their seasons 2 weeks ago. Starting 2 weeks ago. To give us a better understanding of the program and what it entails, allow me to present to you a video about our program launch on August 30th, 2026. After the short video, our Unite for Good President Eddie Galvez will explain how we designed the program. Thank you and good morning.
We strongly believe that the youth are not a problem to be solved. They are actually the leaders we're waiting to transform. This is the reason why we created AI Academy. We started this journey with fellow Rotarians who believed in the power of AI. Our mission is very clear: to educate, to empower, and employ the youth. We refer to it as the Triple E theory of change.
This is why the Rotary Club Makati AI Academy matters. Because today, skills are the new currency po. Knowledge is the new passport. At sa pamamagitan ng academy na ito, hindi lang diploma ang ibibigay natin sa kabataan. Binibigyan natin sila ng passport of the future.
So may this AI Academy that we have opened today of RC Makati serve as the model and reference center. You know, hindi lang, not just in the Philippines, but maybe globally. So we have to aim at that. when we do something, I believe we have to see the end, you know. So I think the end is that if we make great things here, we can be the reference.
This is a concrete example of good minds, good people, good hearts uniting as one for the intention of doing good for the young men and women that we have here today. We are doing Rotary work the way it is conceived to work, by coming together, by helping each other out, by building on what is already there and make things better for the future.
With grateful hearts, we at the Sisters of Mary Schools wish to express our deepest thanks to the Rotary Club of Makati for choosing 62 of our students to be part of the AI Academy training program. For us, this is not just training. It is a gift of hope, a chance to dream bigger, and a reminder that our children are never alone in their journey.
Here we are today, the culmination of months of planning and collaboration. But let me be clear, while today marks an achievement, it is only the beginning. All our efforts were undertaken with one purpose in mind: to help our underprivileged youth gain a fighting chance. Especially in today's world, a world reshaped by artificial intelligence, it is a world many of us are still striving to understand, but one that we cannot ignore.
Congratulations to the Rotary Club of Makati for this event, and sana po tuloy-tuloy yung AI natin. Sabi nga ni Father, di ba, authentic intimacy and technology, if you bring them together, we change the narrative of our country. The tools that we develop today should be used to make our youth better. The things that we have today should be opportunities for us to help them get to a higher level.
Let us join these young men and women in their journey. Let us do our part to ensure their path leads them to lives that are meaningful, lives that embody Rotary's maxim, service above self.
To our students, you are the soul of this program. You are the reasons why we work very hard to make your school downstairs beautiful and meaningful. You're going to be playing with technology, but not for yourself, but for your future.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, fellow Rotarians. That film was a historic moment for our club, as I'm sure you realize. Again, I'm Eddie Galvez. I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Makati. Allow me now to share with you how we conceptualized and developed our club's AI Academy. One thing became clear to us from the very start. If we wanted inclusion, we had to design for it intentionally. It doesn't happen by accident. Because access rarely happens. Many of the students we work with were bright, capable, and highly motivated. What they lacked was access and exposure. Exposure to technology, exposure to mentors, exposure to opportunities, and sometimes simple exposure to the idea that they belong in these spaces. And honestly, this is not unique to the Philippine situation. We hear similar situations globally. In fact, LinkedIn's workforce reports show that AI-related skills are among the fastest growing competencies worldwide. But access to training remains concentrated, unfortunately, to more affluent schools, industries, and urban centers. So we made a conscious decision. This could not be just another short-term seminar where students attend for a day, receive a certificate, and leave unchanged. We wanted something more practical and more developmental. So in comes our EEE framework. That's where our EEE framework came from. Educate, empower, and employ. The first stage is educate. Students need foundations, not just technical skills, but digital literacy, critical thinking, communication, and more importantly, responsible AI use. Because AI is a tool, and like any powerful tool, understanding how it works really matters. We also taught them to apply the 4-way test in embracing AI technology. Is it truthful and transparent? Is it fair to those impacted by it? Does it promote understanding and goodwill? And does it build goodwill and better connections? That is the first module of our program, is education. And ethical use of AI was very heavily stressed in that module. The second stage is empower. This is where things became interesting. We encourage students to experiment, to go beyond their limits, building small AI-assisted capstone projects, solving practical community problems, whether it's garbage, flooding, whatever it was. We asked them to solve community problems that existed, that they were very, very aware of, that they had to live with every day. Collaborating in teams using design thinking, presenting ideas publicly in a pitching demo day. That is really where their capabilities, we were all amazed at the demo day that we had, at what they presented. One student compared it to learning how to drive. At first, AI looked intimidating and complicated, but once they started using it consistently, it became less mysterious and more practical. Tool mastery became a real transformation. And that shift matters psychologically. Students move from, I don't think I can do this, to maybe I actually can. The third stage is employ. From the beginning, we believe learning had to connect to real-world pathways. Internships, portfolios, entrepreneurship, freelancing, future employment opportunities. Because skills without pathways often lead to frustration. And importantly, none of this was built alone. We collaborated with educators, mentors, tech experts, Rotary leaders, and partner organizations. One analogy we often use is this: young people rarely succeed because of a single intervention. They succeed because of ecosystems. The Academy is really an attempt to build that ecosystem. No framework now, frameworks and models are useful, but ultimately, the important question is, what happens to the students after the program? To share that, let me invite our Director and Chair of the AI Academy, Mr. Roger Collantes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Are you still here? Yes. So the question, I'm sure at the back of your mind is, did it really work? It sounds like a lot of work, right? So how did you measure impact? It was very clear to us. It has nothing to do with attendance, number of quizzes, number of modules. It was more the transformation happening to our students one day at a time, one student at a time. So we're observing the changes that happen. And I think one of the most interesting things we observed is this, that the transformation was not primarily about technical or technological growth. We were sure it's not technology that will drive them. It is the feeling that they can use them and they have access to these tools. Yes, they build projects. Yes, they improve their digital skills. But deeper inside, the transformational thing was happening. The confidence slowly, week by week, was growing. They were connecting with each other. They felt more comfortable with the tool. Always remembering, use AI intelligently, creatively, but responsibly and ethically. And over 16 weeks, you'll be amazed. They work on practical applications, AI-assisted research. They can create a marketing content and create a program for marketing. They can look at workflow and create a solution to that. They can look at community problems and create solutions to address that. And they were faced with business challenges from real companies, from Rotary Club, which we allowed them to hack, to be able to show them that they can do something about that. So what surprised many of us was how quickly students adapted once they had support and structure. Listen, one student said, before this program, I felt like something only experts or privileged could do. Now, I feel I can build my own, and I can build my own future. Another student said, I used to think opportunities like this were meant for the rich, privileged, not for someone like me. Not for someone like me. That struck me. This program is all about that transformation. The phrase, not for someone like me, was the secret to success. Once we unlock their feeling that they belong, that they are included, no more excluded, that opened the floodgate. Because before inclusion is often psychological long before it becomes economic. Before young people are excluded from jobs, income, or opportunity, they are excluded from the belief that they too belong. That is the power of the program. Globally, we know this pattern very well. UNESCO reports, digital inequality is not only about devices or internet access, it's about confidence. It's about lack of mentorship, lack of opportunity, and whether they can be part of the journey towards an AI economy that's going to engulf all of us. While we adults talk about teaching AI machines how to think, we are teaching our kids how to believe in themselves. Then they can handle the machine. The power is about believing. It's not simply about skill. It was about participating in the future in front of me. I was really amazed and almost teary-eyed when I saw them presenting their industrial-grade pitch presentation to real companies owned by our Rotary Club members. I remember one of our judges, a very well-known Rotarian businessman, he was so impressed. He said, excuse me, how old are you? He said, 18 years old, sir. And how long did it take you to create this solution? 4 weeks, sir. And he said, how did you do that? Well, I was given the tool. I just went with it, and I'm very proud of what we produced. Amazing, amazing. So I will not talk about how they learn generative AI, prompting essential, Canva design, presentation skills, content writing, research workflows, social media campaign. That's the technical part. We also track, very importantly, completion rates, student projects, portfolio development, but more important, employability readiness. I'm very happy to let you know that as of today, we have created our own LinkedIn profile for our high school graduates who will not otherwise an opportunity to post their profile in LinkedIn. And there are 60. Give a big hand. And now many of our Rotary members are asking, can I get them in my company? Because today, if you're HR, the first question is, can we accept them? They're only high school kids. I said, sorry, they're not only high school kids. They know more than 80% of the people in this room, including me. And that's the power of belonging. So, very proud to say the secret is the ecosystem we built. Together with partners, we collaborated with an AI career development startup who we also incubated. It's called Kada Career. We're linking the ecosystem. And we told them, AI for youth should only be taught by the youth themselves who understand the challenges they have. So once we got them onboarded, they were leading the designing, the delivering. Then we selected our partners from Sisters of Mary. We selected the poorest of the poor, but with a lot of hunger and passion to do something for their life. Of course, we tap our very own Rotary Club members who own businesses to accept apprenticeship and internship to our new program called Career Bridgeway to Success. And now, we are many people asking, when is the next cohort? I want to hire them. Wait. Give me 3 months, okay? Because we want to make sure they're ready for it. Good news. We just signed a month ago a memorandum of agreement with the Junior Achievement of the Philippines to bring our AI Academy curriculum to its 500,000 students in various public high schools nationwide. So give a big hand. Once that happens, the effect ripple outward. Their families become more optimistic. They will be taken care of. Their peers become more curious. They want to join. Schools become more engaged. They're asking us, how do we scale? And then communities start paying attention. At that point, the question stopped being, can this model work? The question now for us is, how can we, you, us, together, scale this up? We're not going to give you the guidelines and so on, but we're going to give you the operating system that you can use to be able to start your own. So before we go to the future together, Uniting for Good, we'd like to show you a video, which is, remember the video on the inauguration? Look at the faces on the graduation. 2 minutes, then I give it to Chris and say, let's scale it up. Thank you. Today is your final pitch day. I'm very excited. If you do very well, charge it to yourself, get the credit. Because I could see from your eyes in the last 3 weeks, you're ready for this.
An AI-powered visual content creation system designed specifically for Havita's development. Establish a single source of truth in Notion wherein We aim to transform AI from unpredictable expense into a high-performance tool.
Marinig ang katagang, tao lang din naman, nagsakamali. Ngunit hanggang kailan natin to kailangang panindigan? Hanggang kailan natin to kailangang sundan na lamang? Or just go with the flow?
Where can they be seen, whether they are in the 512 rooms, in the restaurant, or at the poolside. This interface allows our culinary team for a comprehensive view of the guest's name, the guest's exact location, quantity.
This isn't just a tool, it's a smarter way to manage time. Powered by AI, built for real-world efficiency, and designed to make attendance processing finally make sense.
This just shows the transformative AI is to the future, and also how bright our future is, like with these kids leading the way.
As leaders, as thinkers, we add value to the output that AI gives us.
This particular instance will make a marked difference in how you have advancements in the future for your employment and also for your chance to help the school.
As you step forward, carrying three things with you: the knowledge that you are capable, the confidence that you are prepared, and the hope that your future is not something you find, it is something you build. Class of today, you are not just graduates of an academy, you are pioneers of possibility. Congratulations, this future is waiting and it looks brighter because all of you are in it. Congratulations at maraming salamat and God bless you.
So to all our partners, you help us unwrap a gift that was always inside these young people. Not just with us resources, but especially your time. Even you are so busy, you're present. So from the hearts of every student and every sisters that are present here, thank you so much. And may God bless you 100-fold. Thank you, and across the people.
Thank you so much. You are the pillars of this program. To my comrades, my brothers, thank you for doing this. We all united for good. Salamat sa inyo lahat. Let's go to the next level and level it up. Maraming salamat po.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Director Roger, for that presentation. It still gives me goosebumps whenever I remember the day when we were interviewing them, the students, and comparing it to how they have become when we saw them present their output after the training. It was really fulfilling, so to speak. So now, it brings me to this next topic, which is why this matters beyond one club. Because my assignment as the incoming president of the Rotary Club of Makati is to scale it up. It was started by our great president, Eddie Galvez, together with our amazing director, Roger Colliantes, and I'm hoping he will continue on helping me during that process. So now you might be asking at this point, why this AI Academy matter to my club? How can I make it happen in our own culture, and context. One thing we want to emphasize is that this story is not about one Rotary Club. And honestly, it's not even mainly about AI. It is about how service organizations adapt to major shifts in society. Rotary has always evolved alongside human need. A century ago, industrialization created one set of challenges. Later, public health and literacy became global priorities. Today, digital capability and future readiness are becoming part of that conversation. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Thank you. And the encouraging part is this. The model itself is relatively practical and replicable. You do not need a massive technology budget, rather, to begin. You do not need elite technical capabilities or institutions. You do not need students with advanced coding backgrounds. Can you imagine these students? When we were interviewing them, I cannot stop myself from shedding tears. They came from families, very humble beginnings. Some of them work in the farm the whole day. Some of them do not have parents anymore. Some of them have parents but are separated. And some of them suffered many different difficulties and circumstances. But when I see them again, when I see them do their pitches, their demonstration of what they have learned, it's even more fulfilling. And I hope you would feel the same thing when you adopt this project. What you really need is, listen up, structured learning curriculum, committed youth mentors, partnerships with key stakeholders. And the most important component is very simple. Willingness. Your willingness to invest in young people consistently. That combination matters more than sophistication. We have also learned that AI education doesn't need to focus only on engineers or computer scientists. Some of the strongest student outcomes came from young people interested in 1. Entrepreneurship, communication, education, operations, and community leadership. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, AI literacy is becoming like digital literacy. It's increasingly relevant across professions, not just inside tech industries. And this is where Rotary can play a uniquely important role globally. Because Rotary already has built-in advantage it can tap. Do you agree? Yes. Of course. Trusted networks, local credibility, community partnerships, educational connections, and culture of mentorship, which is very crucial to this AI Academy that we built. Those are significant advantages that Rotary clubs can immediately leverage. Just imagine, my friends, if Rotary clubs in different countries, I have met some of you earlier, from the United States, from Africa, from India, from Taiwan. each develop just a small-scale version of AI, Future Readiness Program for the youth. The cumulative impact could be substantial, especially for communities that are often excluded early from technological change. So, perhaps, the broader question for all of us is not, should Rotary engage with AI? The reality is, AI is already reshaping the environments our young people are entering. The more important question is, how do we help ensure that more people are prepared to participate meaningfully in that future? Are you interested in participating in that future? Yes. Thank you. That is the conversation we hope to continue with all of you. And with that, thank you very much, and we look forward to learning together.
Just a program, but a journey. Don't you guys agree? Well, what struck me as I listened was that this story is much bigger than AI. It is really a story about opportunity, inclusion, and how Rotary can remain relevant in this rapidly changing world. So for the next few minutes, I'd like to make this conversation less about the Rotary Club of Makati, but more about all of us in this room. Many of the Rotarians in this room are probably wondering, after we've listened to what they said, what does this mean for my community? Could this work where I live? What role should Rotary play in this AI future? Now I'd like to explore this with Director Reggie. Governor Reggie, you opened by describing AI as one of the defining realities of our time. Yet many people still see AI as something to fear or something only for technology experts. Now, if you were sitting in the audience today, what's that one thing you want Rotarians to understand about AI that most people still misunderstood? What's that biggest misconception that most people have right now?
I think the one thing that we have to realize is that AI is just like any other technological shift that has happened in the recent past. It is not really a matter of technology, it's really a matter of opportunity. A lot of people became very rich, and, because of technological shifts, the internet, digital banking, all these things. The question is, have we made the opportunities more available to a larger audience? And perhaps that's where we can come in. Provide mentorship, provide skills training, providing them the opportunities to participate in this technological shift and not be left behind.
Well, I think there's a powerful distinction, not a technology issue, but an opportunity issue. President-elect, President Addy, my apologies, if that's what is true, what responsibility does that create for organizations like the Rotary?
Basically, I think that digital readiness is not something that we say it's somebody else's problem. I think we have to tackle the problem itself. Because if you think about it, traditionally Rotary has provided communities with safe water, livelihood, health. But increasingly, these opportunities are now embedded in the digital space. That's where they are. And if these students cannot participate in this underprivileged youth cannot participate in these spaces, then they risk being entirely excluded from opportunities. Because AI, like it or not, is increasingly becoming a major part of literacy. And literacy obviously is one of the major focus of Rotary.
That's spot on. Director Roger, I understand that you work directly with the students. Did they arrive in that lab of yours, that way? What was your first impression of them on day one?
Well, when they arrived, they were on the other side of the fence. They were on the excluded side. The interesting thing is, many of them came wondering, why am I here? Do I deserve to be here? I'm a high school kid. I'm from the province. I don't know anything about technology. So they came in there excluded. But after 2 weeks, give them access, encouragement, as I said, the formula, and then they know that AI Academy Rotary Club of Makati is behind them. Guess what? They blossom in front of us. We don't even have to motivate them. They're motivating us to keep helping us. And after 16 weeks, I couldn't even talk about you're not part of this, because we told them this AI Academy is not a classroom. This is a launch pad. This is your opportunity to fly high, take responsibility for your future, and don't blame your past, don't blame your parents. You gotta build your own with AI. And after that, they really impressed me so much that I said, I will hire any one of these guys more than the people I hire normally, who are college graduates, who know nothing, whose job will be abolished in 3 years, than this high school kid with so much in his mind, in his heart. So that was the transformation.
Thank you. I think that's impressive. I think we heard from DG Reggie that it's important that inclusion is intentional. And we heard from President Eddie that, when they came to the Rotary Club, they are making sure that education is no longer the same way. I think all Rotary clubs have education program, but this program is something different. And Director Roger just confirmed that the program actually transformed. Not just an AI learning program, but I believe it is a more holistic program. So let me ask President-elect Chris. Now, if Rotary Club around the world would embrace, that mindset of what you guys are doing, what changes do you see happening?
Well, thank you for that question, Rina. I believe that Rotary moves from reacting to future to helping, building.
You're shaping history, right?
Yes, that's right. And Rotary has always been responsive to change. Even during the pandemic, imagine we were able to do a lot of things because we are always ready to embrace change. And AI adoption is simply just one of them. And if we can start helping those young ones embrace AI, be ready for the future economy, then Rotary will become and will remain relevant as it is relevant in the next century as it is now.
Well, one concern that we hear globally is that AI may widen the gap between those who have opportunities and those who don't. Many communities already struggle with inequality. Is AI making that problem worse, or can it actually help solve it? Governor Reggie, in your opinion, are we heading toward a bigger divide?
The thing with technology, again, is that it can cause a big divide between those who have and those who have not. The challenge to us is to make sure that we include those who need to be included. And that's really where Rotary comes in. We are a very big proponent of DEI. Technology does not immediately create inclusion. So yes, we push DEI, but the inclusion there has to be intentional, as I mentioned a while ago. We have to make sure that there is a conscious effort on our part provide these opportunities to these kids so that they can be included in the narrative. I think that's where we really can come in.
Yeah, I truly agree, because what you could have done is just maybe to sponsor AI online training and leave it to the kids.
Correct, yeah.
In that way, you could maybe reach, more kids.
I mean, it's just not about giving money and then having
Exactly.
a program come up. We have to actually do something positive.
And I think it's not just, our gentleman here that's involved in building this academy. I think, we have an audience, many of our directors, your aunts, are really supporting this. So you really need a village to move this. So President Eddie, what DG Reggie just said, is really, very, I would say, I can internalize it, The concerns about giving an AI training without intentionally, doing things, without inclusion, is probably heading, south. So in your opinion, what was the concern was that the concerned reason why you designed the AI Academy the way you did? I understand you have a curriculum, you have structure, you have all it planned out. So in your opinion, is that the reason why it was designed that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Because from day one, we asked ourselves a simple question. What sector are the least likely to gain access to this kind of technology or to this kind of opportunity on their own? Because that's, without any help. So that's why we partnered with Sisters of Mary. As Roger explained earlier, this is an institution that serves the poorest of the poor. One of their main missions is to educate these high school age students, right? So that's why we partnered with them consciously. And what process did we take? We interviewed over 100 of them individually, each and every single one of them. And we didn't look for just intelligence. Of course, you gotta have some of that. But really it was more attitudinal and the heart and the willingness to really learn and go beyond their limitations, So, like I said earlier, inclusiveness is not accidental. It's something you have to design with intention.
Well, I think nothing just happened by luck. I think, intentionally, putting things together, selecting the partners, selecting your first cohort, and also carefully designing the curriculum is important. So, Director Roger, what did inclusion actually look like on the ground? As you interact with the students, the partners, the potential employers, how does this all come together?
On hindsight, it looks simple now. Inclusion means having a curriculum that embraces them where they are as they are, giving them a pathway to the future to educate, empower, and employ, and giving them lots of encouragement and peer coaching. Create an environment that tells them, yes, you belong. Yes, we are behind you. We cannot overemphasize that because as all of us have experienced, inclusion is something tangible. And when they see me, they see Reggie, all of us on Saturdays there, looking at them and what are you doing now? Can I see your product? Wow, they really feel good. Like say, Sir Reggie, this is a reordering system for a hotel. Like a hotel, this is an HR system to track attendance that leads to salary. And, oh, wow. It's more like talking to your child when he explains coming from school. You just say, oh, really? Is that it? Wow, wonderful. Every week, that's the joy. That's why Lina said, I miss my Saturdays when I don't see them. Just like, your kids, your friends. So that's what inclusion means. That you could see that they're taking lead. And one time, one Saturday, they were already doing the teaching of their own peers, and then helping each other across the computer. So that's what inclusion is.
Well, to me, I think inclusion without commitment will not bring you guys this far. You know, what I'm seeing is the commitment of all the Rotarians. And the hotel that you mentioned, we have here Rotarian Derek from St. Giles, who, you know, graciously offered mentorships and access and opportunity to the students. So thank you, Derek. And President-elect Chris, now, we hear this as an inspiring story. You guys started it. You have graduated the first cohort. Now you're into cohort 2. Now, what if the clubs, I'm sure the clubs around the world are listening, what lesson should they take away from today?
Yeah, thank you, Arina, for that question. Based on our experience, I would say don't start asking the question, what technology you need. You start asking question about what or who in the community currently are being left behind. So the technology discussion will come later. It must start with the people.
Well, people always comes first. Technology comes second, but you know, people with good attitude, people with, especially the youth, when they're eager, I think they can manage the technology. And I think many people assume that the biggest challenge is teaching AI to inexperienced youth. Well, they are 16, 17. What was the biggest surprise about the students themselves when we met them? So Director Roger, after 16 weeks, every Saturday, they traveled 2 hours from Sisters of Mary, the Boys' Town and the Girls' Town, to attend the class in Rotary Club of Makati. What surprises you most?
What surprised me most was that if you give these people the vision, the power to create their future, they're gonna surprise me.
And
So,
President Eddie, sorry.
That's all I want to say.
President Eddie, did you actually expect that?
Well, you know, we thought we were teaching AI, but what we were really doing was unlocking potential. That's really what it was. So, you know, a common phrase, like I said in my was, can I do this? It became, what's the next thing that I can do? So, really, so that's really what touches your heart more than anything. It's not the knowledge they gain, but the transformation as a person.
Yeah, I remember they were very shy. Some of them barely speaks English, but during the presentation, they were really, you know, trying their best. You know, it's not about the perfect English, but the confidence they, you know, after 16 weeks. So, Director Roger, can you just tell us, you know, how does, you know, this deal with young people, you know, is it a challenge dealing with a group of young people in a whole class? There are like 62, 61 of them in one class. So what are the biggest challenges and how do we manage these young people?
One of the surprises is this. Gen Z people, between 18 below, don't underestimate them. In fact, many of us in this room is probably saying, no, don't give him tools, you know? You must control how they use it. No. I think my idea is assume that if you give them guardrails, assume that if you give them a goal, they will really fly. And that is actually the biggest learning here. Now, we must believe in the youth. They are the future we've been looking for. So those of us in Rotary, the future is bright. Just make sure the youth are involved.
And President-elect Chris, what do you have to say about that? You know, what does it mean by Rotary and what Director Rogers just said? The youth is actually, you know, really important in the Rotary family.
Well, I I guess the key lesson here is that the youth are not just the beneficiaries of the service. They are the future builders of the community and the society where they belong. And our role as Rotarians, as Rotary, is to help them discover that and maybe uncover their potential.
Well, I think many people are probably in the audience have questions burning right now. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. When we talk about AI, most of the time, actually for the adults, fear came in. Fear of AI actually taking away jobs. So are we preparing young people for the jobs that AI might eventually replace? Well, if AI is becoming more capable every month, in fact, every second, are we training young people for a future that may disappear? DG Reggie, what are your thoughts about this?
My first thought about this is that remember that AI is just a tool. Despite what we see in movies. But it's really just a tool. The question is, who is the one wielding the tool? And ultimately, it's people who decide where this tool will be used. So the humanity in AI is very important to this project. We made sure that the person was at the center of the program. It was never the technology and the people working around it. It's the technology working around to make the person better. So I think that's the one thing we have to remember here. It's still the person who is the primary character in this story.
Well, I think some wise men once said that AI is just like a knife, a good knife can cut a beautiful sushi, but in the hands of the wrong person, it can be a murder weapon. President Eddie, what are your thoughts on what, DG Reggie just said?
Well, we never really told the students to compete against AI or be threatened by it. All we ask them is to work alongside it. And I think if your attitude is that, then it's a totally different conversation altogether.
I think you started it right because you did not tell them that AI is really going to compete them, but you teach them slowly that they should master it and they should slowly embrace it. Director Roger, do you have anything to add on what DG Reggie and President Eddie just said?
Yes, because I would just want to add that underlying the program are really building what I call the human qualities of the future. These are the ones that will not be eliminated. Creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, empathy, communication, and all that. Through that all day, the whole 16 weeks, they're experiencing that community. They're not just focused on the technology because we tell them at the end of the day, when the machines will be smarter than us, who will take care of those machines? If you don't have the empathy, the commitment, the love, that's the one they get left up with. So that is really our message to them. Humans will prevail.
President-elect Chris, if I were to ask you to summarize, what would it be?
Well, I believe that the future question is not, will AI replace people? Maybe the better question is, will people who have or know AI will replace people who don't? And so I believe is in the right track because we're starting to help the less privileged, the young ones, to prepare for this so that they won't be disrupted by it, so that they will be ready when the time comes and they will not be replaced by others who are knowledgeable about AI.
Well, I think we are almost 30 minutes from the time we're supposed to end this, but I have one question that I cannot skip. Rotary has always been known for values. The challenge is how do we make sure AI remains human-centered, as technology becomes more powerful and more important human values become. When it comes to ethic, how does ethic fit into all this? Can I have DG Reggie to answer that?
Ethics is a very big part of this. Technology, like what I said a while ago, is really just a tool. It's still people who determine the outcome. So it's still people who will drive the machines. So we therefore must make sure that the people who use AI are driven by proper ethics, are inspired by proper ethics.
President Eddie?
I guess you have to teach them to ask the right questions also. Like, they shouldn't ask a question like, can AI do this? Actually, what they should ask is, will I allow AI to do this? To do this with AI? And I think, that will go a long way in guiding them.
Dr. Roger?
The mantra we teach them is, use AI intelligently, creatively, but responsibly and ethically. Every day we recite that. So here is my tip. If you drive that to the youth, they will not be lost.
President-elect Chris?
I believe that that's where Rotary has a unique contribution globally. Many organizations can teach technology, but I believe that it's Rotary that can help them gain wisdom.
Well, I believe many people in this room are already thinking, how can we do something similar? If a Rotary Club in this audience wanted to begin the same project tomorrow, where should they start? So let's end this with some practical advice. Just one sentence from our panel speakers. DG Reggie.
If you want to start this, as with any project in Rotary, start with a community assessment. Understand the needs of the community, start from there, and then once you know that, then you know where to head.
President Eddie?
More than anything, don't concentrate on the event. Concentrate on the program, on the design.
Director Roger.
Believe in the power of youth. Focus on impact, not sophistication.
And President-elect Chris?
I suggest starting small, but start now.
Well, today we have heard a story that began with AI, but ultimately became a story about people, about access, about confidence, about opportunities, and about Rotary's enduring ability to bring communities together around meaningful change. Perhaps the question before us is no longer whether AI will change the world. It's already doing this. The real question is whether we will help ensure that more people have a chance to participate in the future. So thank you, gentlemen, for that insights. And I understand that RCM has prepared a surprise video for all of us. Would you want to show the videos?
Yeah. After this, we will quickly go to the Q&A, right?
Yes, we still have about 15 minutes.
Okay, so here's what happened. This is an AI course, right? So we asked our students, how do they see the journey they have been? We collected all those ideas. We went to our AI agents and asked them, create lyrics for a song. Then we create another AI and say, give me the rhythm and the beat for the song. Then we got Zuno to create the video. Watch this 2.5 minutes video to show you how powerful AI is as created by the youth. So if you don't mind, you can stand up and we're going to do a hip-hop song. Okay? Let's go, stand up.
I used to doubt my name, used to hide my face. School felt like a wall and the years felt fixed in place. Books ran out of reach, dreams got labeled small. Then I found a new door and I stood up tall. Now I'm learning line by line how to build, not just believe. From the edge of I can't to the center of I leave. Hear that shift in my chest, that fire in the room. We were made for more, now we're rising soon. Educate, empower, employ. We rise, we rise, we rise. Educate, empower, employ. Beyond is a party. then watch the ideas bloom. New words, new drafts, new plans, filling every empty room. Canva on the screen, teams in perfect sync. Capstone on the table, we got vision, we got instinct. Demo day, straight front row, voice clear, eye set. Every slide of promise, we ain't finished yet. From the practice to the stage, from the spark to the spark. Every try again turns a page in the dark. Educate, empower, employ. We rise, we rise, we rise. Educate, empower, employ. Unions of possibility. Educate, empower, employ. We shine, we shine, we shine. Educate, empower, employ. Future in our hands tonight. Now the path is open wide, portfolio in my name. Apprentice, founder, builder, we can play the whole game. Jobs for the next kid up, tools for the next town too. When we lift our communities, new doors break through. This is nation, building with our hands and hearts. From the classroom to the world, we're the ones who start. Look what happens when a door opens, look what happens when access grows. A leader was once a learner, and now that leader shows. We don't wait for tomorrow, we build it in the now. One chance can change a family, one step can change the crowd. Open the door, make the path wider. Teach one more, lift one more higher. Build tomorrow's leaders today.